All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday morning or afternoon, whatever time of the day that you're checking this video out. But we do have the Monday market report for the week ending February 7th, 2021. This is a video where we take a look at the most relevant post-1900 modern graded coins to have sold here in the last week. And as always, this is a weekly event. We cover coins from like eBay. Great Collections is a huge one. That's what we're going to be focusing on in this video. But it will also give you guys an idea of what's selling out there. So any coin from 1900 all the way up to the current date might be represented on the list. Maybe you might have a few of these coins that you might want to consider sending out to a grader as the market continues to just be blisteringly hot right now. We have investors parking money into coins and currency. That is overly apparent. Oh yeah, I'm crazy this morning. I can't even talk. I've been saying that very recently, like more than I should. But the market, some would say, well, it's in a bubble. Well, I don't know about that. Maybe this is price correction, that, coins were cheap for a long time. Coins have been at the very low point of its worth, I would say after the millennium. All right. So I would say like between the year 2000 to 2006. Coins were at their lowest. And I think we're seeing price adjustments on a lot of the coins that's featured on here today, along with cherry picking opportunities that you guys might want to consider because the market for these particular coins is starting to shoot up as well. So something to consider. So maybe we're seeing kind of like a new stabilized kind of like price point for a lot of the coins. That's going to be kind of the new baseline, the foundation level for the numismatics market. And, it's just incredible. We only have 14 coins because that's all I could fit in this one. But there were a lot of coins that sold exceedingly well, more so than I would ever imagine some of these coins selling, and you'll see here momentarily. So I want to thank you guys for your support of Blue Ridge Silverhound, support for all of these weekly videos that I put out for you. They sure are a lot of fun. It's great to kind of see the market move in the way that it is, because, this is a part of our life that we are, all experiencing together. It's simply incredible the way the coin market has been moving lately. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for instant notification. And as always, we do have new merchandise. Okay, if you haven't checked it out, go ahead and give it an old gander. We got the certified Coinaholic line that is officially live right now. You can either click down into the little product shelf that I have of other Blue Ridge Silverhound merchandise, or if you're on my main channel page, you could click on the little button on the top right of the page where I have my official site for the merchandise. So go check it out. Pretty affordable. We got t-shirts for all genders and, even for kids, coffee mugs and all that great stuff. So yeah. Check it out. It's awesome. And let's go ahead and start out with the first listing. These are all from Great Collections. Of course, we're going to start it off with probably the most important variety of the modern era, and that's the 1969S double die offers. Now, of course, we saw an AU53 sell during the Florida Fund auction on Heritage. Now we have an AU58 that ended on Great Collections. However, this one is also CAC certified, so it has that little extra kick in terms of the valuation of the coin. This one, far worlds better looking than the AU53 that's sold on Heritage auctions. It has more meat on the bones, less circulation wear. This one is a premier piece. The prices have stabilized on these. We're not seeing the prices drop as much as they used to from about maybe 24 months ago, which is good news. That just kind of solidifies the kingly status of this variety, and it's a variety that we all strive to look for. There's a big reason why it's worth the money that it is. They are just ridiculously rare. This one right here sold for $25,875. So that's a really nice sum of money, and it's life-changing money for anyone that does find something like this. The next coin that we have here used to be one of those undisputed kings of gem 1960s Lincoln cents. Maybe not so much the Denver Mint, but the Philadelphia Mint ones have been expensive for the longest time, you know, from like 2008, 2009, all the way up to about 2015. So we're getting new population ceilings on these coins. Mint State 67 is no longer the top pop for a 64D. However, still an important coin for a registry set owner of Lincoln cents. This one is 67 red, sold for $1,503 about 10 years ago. This used to be like a $7,000 to $8,000 coin. All right, so we've seen the tide and momentum shift as more people are certifying their high-end Lincoln cents. All right, and the next Lincoln that we have here, of course, it's not a Monday market report with at least talking about one of the marquee kind of like one-shot, one-year type coins, and that's the 1943 zinc-coated steel cent. All right, now this is a San Francisco struck example. However, we've seen quite a selection of PCGS graded examples, and this week we actually have the very first NGC that I've seen in quite some time. Now check this out. It's a Mint State 68 Plus. Furthermore, it's also CAC certified. It's backed by that company, which would make this just a tremendous bomb. This is a huge coin grade-wise. This one right here sold for $5,970.03. Again, a highly collected coin. It's the one date in which it's a different metal from all the other Lincoln cents produced at that time. Plus, you know, the crossover of the transitional mint errors that exist, you know, from 43 to 44. It's just, there's a lot to love with this series. The coins generally strike up very nice because it's a nice hard metal. So finding one in premier condition as a cherry pick isn't too hard. And that's why we continuously see Mint State 68 pluses of this coin on a weekly basis. Okay. And the prices have not dipped. These coins continue to get scooped up as investor type pieces. All right, so this is going to be a lesson in which, you know, you don't necessarily have to have that full red gem to have something that's pretty valuable. What we have here is a 1941D Lincoln wheat cent. For those of you that like to collect based on eye appeal alone, I mean, this one has it all. It kind of has a little bit of that reddish, pinkish, rose color toning on the obverse that, you know, that's one of the more common toning colors that you see on these earlier coins. This one, another NGC graded example. It's a Mint State 68, but get this. This one is a red brown. Okay, so it's not even a full red. Some would say full red helps kind of prop up the market and the actual value of the coins at the highest grade levels. Well, we got a red brown here, so it's on the list for a reason. It's just an overall really nice looking coin. This one sold for $1,027.12. More people have coins that look like this than a full red gem of the same type. All right, so if this is a full red gem, it's probably worth about 3 to 4. But here you go. Proof positive that some of the, you know, different lesser desirable, you know, color tiers still have a place in the market. And the final Lincoln cent out of the bunch, the final penny, is going to be a 1918 D. All right, I believe it's a D. It looked like an S for a second, and I, you know, magnified closer when I saw this, and sure enough, it's a D with a little bit of a carbon line on there that gives it the appearance that it is an S mint. But this 1918 D is just a top-end registry set and collector grade coin. Mint State 66 full red by PCGS, CAC certified, and it's also a Jack Lee provenance piece. This one right here, I'm happy to say, sold for $18,225. Just high-end, red, 19 teens. Lincolns are some of the most overly paid for, and with good reason. It's worth every penny because these just don't exist that often in the marketplace. All right, so the main line topic for the Monday market report this week is just the opportunities that arise as a result of this exploding market, and that's going to be cherry picking some of the more common proof sets for deep cameo coins. Okay, one of those is the Jefferson nickels, which, might I add, in a proof deep cameo are some of the most attractive coins that you will find. But finding them is half the battle. You would say that maybe less than maybe 1 or 2% of the entire run actually exhibits some sort of frosting on those devices, on these coins. Most times, they're just all mirrored out, and that's as a result of lack of quality control from these collector grade nickels. The surfaces, the actual devices don't get reworked to bring the frost back, as you would expect from like newer coins, from like the last 30 years. So this one right here is a PCGS Proof 69 Deep Cameo. It's got great frost. The pictures appear a little bit dark on this one. It doesn't show up the cameo effect as well as I'd like, but just an overall pretty coin. Again, this is a coin that you can cherry pick out of those $25 to $30 proof sets. All right, so cherry pick away. They're all relatively valuable. It doesn't matter if it's the penny all the way up to the $half. Just whatever you could find. Usually it's like going to be one coin that sticks out like a sore thumb. This one right here is sold for $1,237.58. We're beginning to see the market move for some of the more common dated proofs in deep cameo. All right, so make sure you take advantage of this if you enjoy cherry picking for deep cameos or UCAMs. Now here's a business strike coin in comparison. This is a little bit tougher date, 1961. This one is a mid-state 66 with 5 full steps. This one was graded by NGC, and probably with good reason. I would say PCGS probably wouldn't give the full step designation on this, but NGC grades off of 5FS and 6FS. So they do give a little bit of extra concession if the steps are just about there. All right. So this one right here sold for $1,805.62. Kind of like a secondary option for those registry set Jefferson nickel enthusiasts that want a coin that is real close to being full steps, and this is it. Another proof coin from yet another real common date, I guess, of proof year set. 59. Again, your target price value of these proof sets is somewhere in that $25 to $30. They've creeped up a little bit, just because the market in total has been creeping up quite a bit. This one here is in an older NGC slab. It's an NGC Proof 69 Ultra Cameo. What's even more crazy about this coin is it still has that weird milky haze on there, and that's as a result of the plastic that it was originally stored in. So this coin was probably in an area where there was more moisture and humidity, and just the pure reaction of that plastic onto the coin develops the white haze that you see on this coin. But even still, it did not deter bidders. This one sold for $2,988, which seems like just an incredibly crazy amount of money. So I can't stress enough, if you are cherry picking through proof sets, your main target dates are 1956 to about 1962-ish, somewhere around there, maybe 63, before you get to the special mint set years. So these coins, again, they're being sought after. If they're already graded, that's a huge bonus for the buyers. Now let's see, this is the final nickel in the bunch. It's actually another proof coin, this time from a much lower minted year. It's a 1950. This one, as you could tell, is also an Ultra Cameo coin, this time an NGC Proof 68 UCAM. Yeah, this coin is a rarity. Anything from like 1950 to 55 with the cameo designation is just a pure straight up rarity. So, when this thing sold for $8,718.75, it just gives you a general idea of the value of these coins from the early 50s if you could find them. Now the proof sets, like a 1950 proof set, is like $300. I mean, if you have the money, all the more power to you. But if you're able to identify a deep cameo or an ultra cameo coin, and it doesn't matter which coin, it could be the dime. The dime can be a very valuable coin if you're able to find it. But again, another important cherry pick here, one in which, paid off huge dividends. It's dime time, and we got probably, I would say, kind of like that baseline level of Mercury dime, which is still really easy to find in high grades. This is a coin you can pick up for about $50 at a coin show. Grade it, if you know that it has a full strike, and if it comes back something like this, I would say you did really well. So 36 is probably as common as some of the 1940s dated coins of the same mint. This one right here is a really nice, pleasing, original-looking coin. It's got some of the yellowish toning on there. This one is a PCGS Mid-State 68 with full split bands, and this one sold for $2,476.12. Again, it's all about the eye for detail. If you got like a magnifier and you're checking out coin shows, these are coins that are being found with pretty good frequency, and people are making money as a result. All right, so the 1921 Mercury that you see here is probably the undisputed kind of like one of the main keys of the modern era for dimes. Okay, this is a very I'm not going to say super low minted. There's enough to fill demand. However, if you're okay with owning an AG or a good 6, grade of this coin, and that's all good. But that's still like a $50, $70 coin right there. This one right here is a PCGS Mid-State 66 full bands. Keep in mind, these coins simply did not survive at the highest grade levels. These were being spent. It's the Great Depression age. People were just using these, and they were getting beat up. This one right here sold for $6,727.50. Just a beautiful coin. It's an investor grade type coin, but it could also slot into a high-end Mercury dime registry. All right, so we're going to wrap it off with a couple of buttes. All right, 1958 Philadelphia Washington quarter is nothing to really write home to mother about in terms of its rarity. These exist all over the place. My LCS has gem BU rolls of 58s. And again, it's a very, very common date. And you could say the same for just about any 1950s or 60s 90% silver quarter. This one, however, is a PCGS Mid-State 67 Plus, CAC certified, but where the real bonus lies is going to be in the toning. Some would say, oh, I don't like toning. Let's go ahead and strip it off. No, you're going to be stripping off many thousands of dollars if that were the case. For those of you that maybe have old collections with coins that are in albums that have toned over time, keep this in mind. Originality counts on the secondary market. We've seen a tide change in the last 5 to 6 years. Toning just allows extra premiums to flow for coins, even if they are of lesser numerical grade. All right, now 67 plus is huge. This one here sold for $1,140.63. This is a coin that you can pick up in an LCS for about $20 all day long. If you see it with your own two eyes and it looks good, it looks clean, no distracting nicks or anything like that, then you might have a coin that'll do really well at the graders. Same with this one. The toning's not nearly as good as the previous. This one kind of has what I call spiderwebbed toning. It's just toning that, depending on where it's stored, is going to show some irregularities. However, this is a 45S. Again, a very accessible coin in gem mint status if you need one for your collection, like an album. This one, however, is a Mid-State 67 Plus through PCGS, CAC backed, and this one is also part of the Neon Lights collection. It sold for $1,183.50. And then finally, we're going to end it off on one of the most common Standing Liberty quarter dates that you can find, a 1930. Keep in mind, again, Much like the 36 Mercury dime that we saw earlier in the video, if you needed to buy just a regular, nice mid-state standing Liberty quarter, maybe for a typeset or some other application thereof, 1930 is it. I would say 1928 is going to be the secondary date that you would go for. And these coins exist raw at coin shops, at shows, online, all right? And all you have to do is find one that's very appealing, very lustrous, and has a great strike. And that's where the full head comes into play. This one is in an older OGH, old green holder, mid-state 67 full head. It's also CAC backed. This is just a tremendous example, okay? And it'll fit really well into an investment portfolio or a registry set. Take your pick. And because of that, this one here sold for $10,803.38. Just a truly magnificent specimen for what I would say is the most common date of standing liberties. All right, so that's going to go ahead and do it. Hopefully you got some takeaways from this. Again, the market's huge. Lots of opportunities, not only in the raw coin market, as we've seen in the pocket change market report, but also anything graded modern that is of relatively high, maybe top pop status. There's a lot of opportunity. If you don't need the coins, or you maybe have doubles of something, you might want to consider selling those and then getting into something that's more marquee to your liking. All right, so I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. It was a true pleasure to talk about the Monday market report this week. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell. Get notified with any new video I drop. And that's going to go ahead and do it, Coinaholics. We're discovering together. Check out my new merchandise. Let me know what you think. You guys take care. Have a wonderful Monday. Don't work so hard. And I'll see you on the next coin video.